He started grinding. We got up to a point where we were doing like, 50, 60 weddings a year, starting at like 10, you know what I'm saying? So we really built this thing up over like 3 years. But then we got to a point, man, where we were like, he wanted to do things one way, I wanted to do things another way.
Were you invested?
We had bought equipment together, we would split it.
How much you put in on your side?
Maybe $5,000.
That's still some at 21, bro?
It was still some.
Because you said you was doing all these.
But I was also doing all the marketing.
Yeah.
I was the one going to the venues, meeting the venue owners, meeting the couples. I was like the sales guy.
But still, dude, I look at it like this. You're 21, you recently married, still doing these odd jobs. $5,000 is a lot of money to invest at that age in that season of your life.
Right. And this is why I tell people, man, if you're going to do business with somebody, it's best to have it in writing.
Right.
There's going to come a point where like something's going to happen. I can almost guarantee it.
Right.
And things are going to go sideways, bro. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had told him, hey, man, let me buy the company from you. I had already had like an investor lined up to help me with the money. And I'm going to give you 20% of everything that I make for the rest of your life. And he was like, well, let me think about it. This time, bro, we were probably doing about $80,000 a year. And so he comes back and was like, all right, man, I'll sell it to you, but I want $180,000. How do you want this amount of money when I'm the one doing all the sales? I'm the one meeting with clients. I'm doing all the Instagram, you know? And so I was like, bro, I don't think it's worth that.
Right.
So then basically he said, all right, well, in 2 weeks, that's going to be your last wedding with me.
Oh, no.
Out. Everything that we split, he stayed with.
Dude.
So I didn't have anything. I didn't have it in writing. I didn't own any equity in the company.
Dude.
So I was like, well, damn, now what am I going to do? Like everything that I had been doing had been under this brand. I went back home, told my wife, and she's like, why don't you start your own? And I was like, how? Like with what money? I don't have the money to go buy up all this equipment.
Wow.
So I went online, bro, and applied for like a loan that had like a 30% interest rate for $10,000 and bought up everything, all the equipment that I needed to get me started.
Bro.
And the first year, bro, that I did that, I did 45 weddings by myself.
Wow.
When me and him were doing like 50.
50, right. Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I think I might have something here.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Because you had a wife that stood strong when you was like crushed. My mentor, PJ, he recently shared this with me. He asked me a question and he said, Dre, if I had to ask you, what size picture frame would you place your calling in if you had 3 size picture frames, and the picture frames were 3 by 5, 10 by 20, or 15 by 100? Clearly I said 15 by 100, right?
Right.
He said, I was hoping you would say that because he's praying for me to find a partner that would also fit within that size picture frame. Right. Not to align myself with somebody whose calling in her life is 3 by 5.
Right. No, bro, that's a good point.
Because you had the right woman in your life to fit the 15 by 100 frame. Bro. So when you got weak, she stood in and held that strength and picked you up and gave you the push that you needed. And that's important. You guys watching, man, if you're single, you don't just settle for a 3 by 5 woman. You need that 15 by 100 woman in your life to carry you when you're weak. And you just heard from his story, things are gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get weak at some point.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Our workloads are so heavy at times, we get tired.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like she doesn't let me get too low.
Exactly.
Or even too high, bro. Like she'll be the first one to humble me like real quick. Like I might be feeling myself too much and she's like, hey, hold on.
You
calm
better chill down. You're sleeping in the couch tonight.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Shout out to DJ Nate's wife.